Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama, this is Winning with Ease, and today I am going to do a remake of the ZvP defending the Immortal Sentry All In. Some people did not like that my opponent was hitting at a slightly later timing because he backed off when he saw my lings to make some zealots, and so I am going to have a person who hits at about 10 minutes, just slightly after. He is Isur Darkness. He is a Grandmasters player, though, and I believe it was like 4th at WCS, something crazy. So he is a really good player, and so SC Crooked set me up with him and was like, hey, let's see if you can hold this guy when he comes in with the Immortal Sentry All In. So really quickly, we're going to have the new subscribers shout off. I apologize, I was gone for the whole weekend. It was Labor Day weekend. I had to go to a wedding, so it is going to be a lot of names here. We're just going to go right through them. Benjamin Coral, 828 Packy, Feel No Way, Dark Mahadras, Inspector Chaos, Dota Prospeki, The Iconic, Iso Carvacasa, Henrik the Awesome, Pure CR7, Hordeons, Ivan Klun, Neoheeds, Match Banano, A Green Spoon 514, Adam Basic, Isocene, Guatamverk 86, Tasik 92, and Chaoseric 18. So thank you very much for your support. I hope that these videos, have been helpful to you. And I'm going to just take my 15 pool right there, as we did see. My first Overlord will be going across right here because, hey, this is what you want to watch for when your opponent does go for that double gas, when they go for that Robos, anything. When they go for a Force Fast Command, so I'm trying to say, you want to watch their gases to see what's going to happen. And then I'm sending my drone over here as well to kind of scout out what exactly is going down, and I'll see he does get the Nexus down right here. So he goes for that early Nexus, and I know he's Force Fast expanding, so I'll pull my drone back, and now I'll just chill at this point. Here's where I like to simply take my 15 pool, then I will just go Queen, 2 Lings, or Overlord, which is popping now, Queen, 2 Lings, and then I'll go try and take my hatch after that. So I just send this drone down to kind of be annoying. But I'm just going to go ahead and get my queen and my double ling. It's a very safe way to open up. And then if he goes for pylon blocks and all this stuff, you can kill it off pretty easily. And here you go. You will see he will go for the pylon block. So I'm just going to pull this drone and just start attacking away at the pylon right here. So nothing too crazy going on. There's my 4 lings popping now. I'm just going to continue to drone behind that, of course. And I'm just going to start sending the lings over here to attack this. 1 ling to go focus down this probe over here, excuse me. And then I'm going to go and take my 3rd hatch. I want to note that I do this. Had he not thrown this down, I may not have taken it, but why not at this point? I can simply take it while I'm killing this off. I'm going to be continuing with my money. So I'll get my 3rd down, and then I'll be able to take my hatch at my natural pretty much instantly. Strange little cancel glitch right there, but I'll be able to take it there. And so now I'm just in the groove, right? So nothing to panic about. People panic so much, and that throws them off their game. Don't panic at all, right? Just be very chill. Just, okay, I got my lings, so just attack. I'll just take my 3rd now, and now I'll just go take my hatchery here at my natural. Very, very simple. So in this game, I actually do have a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and make that 2nd queen so I can now start my transfer, and I'm going to transfer this queen all the way over to this hatchery here because he should be able to get there on time. I also want to note I have these 4 lings right around here. I killed off that probe, so I'm not too worried about a proxy pylon at this point. And I have these lings here because 4 lings does beat a zealot. So what I really want to focus on, though, is a little bit later, I do a little drone transfer, just FYI, but a little bit later I do go for this fast layer. You'll see me grab some faster gas because I was kind of thinking, alright, if I grab this fast layer, I like to get the earlier gas anyways. Simply, if there's some sort of 8 gate, I love having speed out for that. It's so beneficial to have a ton of lings with speed. If you don't have speed lings out, I mean, you can have roaches, of course, but I prefer speedlings personally. So I'm going to go ahead and get my gas right here. This will allow me to get that quick 100 gas for that, and then I can also start a fast upgrade as well if necessary. And of course, if I do see these gases being taken, I can start, which I will see now, I can go ahead and start getting my lair up. So here I see it takes 1 gas, so I'm like, okay, this could be Blink Stalker at this point, whatever it is. I'm just going to continue injecting around, building my queen here at my natural. I mean, everything's pretty standard. I'm just going to work up this gas count right here. And until I kind of see the 2nd gas go up, if a 2nd gas does go up, usually it's before 7 minutes. There it is, 6:45, he throws the 2nd gas up. So before 7 minutes, you see those 2 gas go up, you're going to know something's up. And here you'll go ahead and see 4 lings does beat a zealot right there. As I do get away with 2 more lings I can kind of chill with and continue to scout. Meantime, I send another overlord over here. If I do wish to scout in later, you could be scouting in around this 7 to 7:30 minute mark. It's a great time. But right now I know he's either going for basically a Void Ray, like a double Stargate Void Ray, or he's going for Immortals. It's gonna basically be one of those two. So I'm continuing to drone right here. I did start my lair there, basically a little bit after 100 gas, and as well I will be starting my speed fairly shortly, I believe. So there's my speed, and now I'm going to throw down an Evo chamber, because it could be voids, as I said, and as well I want to go ahead and start the upgrades on my lings. If he does get out void rays, a mass amount of lings is always a great counter, because you can deny that third base that they're trying to throw up. And so, additionally, I'm going to take these 2 extractors right here, and I will actually grab a Baneling nest as well, because I want to go for a Ling Baneling composition this time around right here. Like I said, I grabbed this layer because I was planning on maybe doing like some sort of drops, and here I do see that he has sentries, so now I'm thinking, okay, this is probably Immortal Sentry because of all that gas that he has. So I'm going to start massing up links at this point. If you look at the harvest count, I am at 51 drones. I cut this because now I've got an eye on his third, and there's no reason to really go any more into droning. A lot of players will just continue to drone, and that's where they'll lose. So here you can see me start to gain control of this watchtower right here. I kind of want to have an eye on that. I'm just going to be continuing to mass out these lings. Here I see a probe. I see an immortal and some sentries trying to sneak over, so I'm actually going to be grabbing my links to try and go hit those, maybe cut them off, maybe do a little damage right here. It's possible I can snipe all this, make them waste a few force fields, and as you see, I'm able to get... maybe 1 sentry goes down. I don't know. I don't think I killed 1 sentry, but I did waste a ton of force fields of his right there. So now speed is up. I'm able to snipe the closer pylon, able to move back and start morphing in a lot of Banes. I'm going to want to do this back here, though, away from his army, because I'll have a little bit of time to soak it up. In the meantime, more links heading over here. The reason for this is because, as I've stated in all the other all-ins before, you want to have this flank. So here it is. He's at 10 minutes right now. He's going to start pushing in. So this is pretty much as early as you want it. That's the timing right there. I have all these Banes morphing. I'm going to be able to start coming in and around with my armor right here for the flank, trying to push him right here. He has some nice force fields to block me off, but unfortunately for him, I'm able to pick off any reinforcements right here, and now I can just swoop in from both sides. I've still saved a ton of my Banelings right here, and there's not much he can do. He uses every force field he has right there, but a Ling Baneling army is just going to get in and crush that, especially when you try and hit at that 10-minute mark with just not as much. And that's why I was saying my opponent in the other game tried to back off because he wanted to save his energy a little bit more. He was kind of waiting on all that, but of course I have the infestation pit up now, as you saw in the other game. So if you back off, you can get out infestors. I didn't start the upgrade because he did push in. But if you back off, he can start infestors. Now I'm just going to continue massing lings. Note, I have the +1 armor upgrade, so these zealots no longer can do 2 shots to kill my lings. They have to do 3 shots each time, as originally, which makes these lings a lot stronger against them. They aren't quite as cost efficient, and so now I can just continue to mass up these lings. I'm ahead in the worker count, as you can see, just a little bit right here, and definitely ahead in terms of I have this tech already. I already have my infestation pit up right here. I can start droning if I'd like, but I'm just going to go ahead and go for a little counter right here, see if he's still going to come in or whatnot. I can pick off this forward pylon. I see he still doesn't have a third, so I'm going to come over here and block his third simply with the creep from the Overlord, and that's just annoying. It takes a whole minute basically for that creep to get and here I'm going to start droning, right? So for that creep to go away so he can drop a Nexus. So if he tries to go into some sort of expand, I can just be annoying. But I have this mass Ling Bane army right here. I'm starting my +1 upgrade, starting another Evo chamber. I've already got infestation pit done with the pathogen gland, so whenever I want, I can start making infestors, but I'm basically feeling really good because at this point you can do whatever it is. But I wanted to note just kind of how the early timing right there made it harder for him almost. Had he waited, he would have had an easier time defending, and this is just kind of a little blunder on his part. He was looking around with his observer down here, and I was able to sneak in, but either way the game was pretty much going to be over at that point. He wasn't going to be able to get a third. I was going to continue to be able to mass up these lings and banelings with infestors behind it, so he was pretty much at the end of his game right there, and I had continued to drone up once again to 65 at that point. But what I was saying over there is that Had he waited like in the previous game that I showed, where he went for that like kind of 12-minute push because he saw the lings, he wanted to get more energy, he wanted to get more zealots in his army, then I would have been able to start in the pathogen glands, get out my infestors, and then fungal growth his army to death, as you saw in the other video. If he goes for this really early hit like he did in this game, as you saw, he wouldn't have enough energy on the sentries where he could really stop me over and over. So I could engage at him once here, and I could engage at him kind of trying to push out with that. I could engage at him a second time right over here before he can even get in range of structures. I engaged him right there, forcing force fields, then I backed off again, and by that time he's out of energy. Is really not going to be able to drop enough force fields. So that third engagement, you can swoop in from both sides, pick off reinforcements, of course, with any lings that you have right there, and just make it an easy crush. So that's basically going to be it for this right here. It's defending the Immortal Sentry all in. Like I said, things to scout for is double gas and sentries, of course. If you want, you can send the overlords in. Like I said, I have the overlord here, my other one here. I could have sent both of them in to try and scout for the Robo Bay right there. And so it's just kind of, you know, up to you. But I felt pretty safe because either it's going to be Void Rays or Immortals coming out, and either way I will be totally fine with the Ling composition because I can either deny a third and get some Spore Crawlers up, and of course transition into the Infestation Pit, or I can simply kill him off when he comes for that big push right there. So, my name is MrLlama. I hope you guys learned something, and I will see you guys in my next video.